Today is Tuesday, November the 6th, 2018. National elections today. I voted a couple of days ago, maybe 10, 12 days ago. And so tonight's dinner, okay, is going to be a jambat, which I think is a tiny of garbage. But it's not that. It's leftovers, okay? This is the pasta diablo. I was calling it pasta fuego, pasta fiero. Debbie down at the center says Diablo means devil. I gave her some, but I forgot to ask her if she survived it. She must have. She was there today. So what I'm going to do is, okay, taking the base here, and this is part of living socially secure. Normally I mount the camera, but here I just want to show what I'm doing, okay? Which is, I don't know if I ever mounted the camera this way. Let's see what I got here. You know, you change your camera angles, you don't get what you used to get. I'm going to come back over here. Okay, folks? Hi. My channel, I get to do what I want. I thought I was going to update 4 of these today. I didn't get to any of them. I was busy working on my catalog of email accounts. So, okay, so you saw what I'm doing there, all right? And living social secure is, you know, that's what I did all day today, okay? I went down to the center. The money comes from the subsidies that come from the Cumberland County Department of Aging. Cumberland County is a very rich county. Sometimes it's Democratic, sometimes it's Republican. It'd be interesting to find out how it is. And so I didn't want to start fresh. I had this Diablo pasta the other day, and you can get tired of eating the same thing. So I said, let me stretch it. So one of my sisters down south, below the base of the Dixon line, I heard her call it a stoop. They're making stoop. And my other sister over there, across the Delaware River, I think she also calls it stoop. Well, I like to cook kosher. And when I cook kosher, cook glatt kosher. Beef textured soy protein goulash, Hungarian style, served with vegetables. So this has been on the shelf for a while. And when I saw it was glatt kosher, there's kosher, and then I think glatt kosher means really kosher. I forget. I know I used to send people to a glatt place in Allentown. My first wife, one time I said to her, well, that's Jewish in the tax. Well, oh, that's politically incorrect. I said, well, let me see. There's like 8 synagogues. There's a Jewish community center, because I had their business. Okay, they would bring over doctors from Israel who would do residencies at what's that big hospital up there? I forget. They had Valley Hospital on I-78, and they wanted the glatt food. So in the Jewish end, also had the catering. My friend Johnny P. down at this temple. Okay, it was fantastic catering. So yes, you have a Jewish section of town in some towns. Just like you got the Italian section. They call it Little Italy. They call it Chinatown. In New York, the Light District is a Jewish district. So I just rambled on there when I saw glatt kosher. I hadn't thought about glatt kosher since 25 years ago with my first ex-wife. My last ex-wife too, because I'm not getting married again unless that one's a keeper. So this Diablo mix, okay, has chicken, potatoes. The potatoes were a little rough on me about 6:30 this morning from the previous evening. Sometimes I fall asleep early and then I get up at like midnight and I read for an hour or two. Keeps the big owl noises down. So I won today because I win every day that I breathe. Well, down at the center on Tuesdays we have a session that the county funds. Each thing that goes on down there, the county funds a certain amount. And the directors try to promote activities. You go in there, you hit a board, I'm going to do this, I'm going to play cards, I'm going to read. Every time you hit something, the county sends some more money. It's funding stream. That's great. It's America. That's what we do. We fund. Okay? And I have funded this for years by paying my state taxes in this state, other states, and Social Security taxes. And, bureaucracies are hilarious. But when you've been a bureaucrat, you learn how to do it. So, struggling musicians. Okay, these are people, that's just a session. We got a nice little room. I won't throw names in, I might have before, but fiddle player from a county of a famous musician guy down in Mobile, Alabama. Mobile is a phone, Mobile is Alabama. And this man plays a fiddle as easy as he breathes. He said one get player today, the other one wasn't available. I was doing the singing. So this fiddle guy, he's so nice. He first week we were like throwing paper everywhere trying to come up with a musical score to read. 3 of us, 4 of us together. Then he is such a talented artist. He created songbooks. He went out on the internet, he got all the approved songbooks and he bound them up. So last week he brought in Christmas songs and American folk music. And I said to myself, he's got to do something this week because he likes the show. He's great. This week he brought in traditional biblical gospel. So we had 3 choices of songbooks and we decided to focus on the gospel. Then another lady who came in, she's apparently one of the struggling musicians, been going on for 20 years. The fiddle guy just joined. The guitar player who I first met back on July 29th, I think it was, about then. And so, you know, it's a senior citizen center, so people bring their careers, their life, their history. We had fun. We did an hour and a half. And the lady I didn't know who'd come in, she was another vocalist. So, you know, I'm the new kid in town. And I'm literally the kid there at 62. And since it's gospel, yesterday was Monday, I did an hour and a half of American folk tunes and Christian gospel with the chorus. Today an hour and a half with the struggling musician band. Tomorrow I'll go to the library and I will listen to YouTube videos and music that the choir director at St. Joseph's wants us to learn, to be familiar with. Thursday I'll go to choir from 7:15 to 9 o'clock, which means I have to plan myself so my mind can read 4-part music and come in and count. Friday's downtime. Saturday I'll probably have to go back in and prepare some more for Sunday, and Sunday's 9:45 Mass Choir. Report time at 9:05. So that means Sunday I got to get up at like 6:30. I have to peak at 9:20 so that I'm ready for 9:45 Mass to be singing with 65 to 70 other Catholics. And that's living socially secure. For me, the music really helps. Okay. Also today, my pretty friend, beautiful teeth, nice hair, healthy looking girl. We were practicing pool shots. Bounces and banks and stuff and chatting around with another friend we know. So, you know, I know these people now, some 2 months. I know Debbie Betty, 3 months. See each other 2 or 3 days a week. You know, I did some sketching. She gave me an artist kit to do some sketching. You know, she's the one who gave me this recipe. And we've been trading recipes back and forth. And I learned as a gentleman, when a lady gives you a recipe, you cook it. So, this is what we make living socially secure. Staying involved in your community. Using those tax dollars appropriately. Okay. You know, you pay their taxes all these years. Last time they cooked in there, I cooked chicken legs and then put them in this. And apparently I don't have any more chicken legs, which means I consume 12 chicken legs in 4 days, 3 a day. So I'm just going to put one of these in. This is Old El Paso guacamole seasoning mix. And I say guacamole because I speak Spanish. I don't know if they say mole. There should be a accent mark. I gotta ask Debbie, she knows how to cook and stuff too. So now what I wanted to do was to make this interesting and use this Glatt Kosher Meal Mart Hungarian style beef goulash in with this. So first I'm going to take my guacamole mixture and it fluffs up and spices, okay? I added some water, brought the temperature up and then turned the heat up. Because I don't want to burn my food. I rarely burn stuff. Because it's gas oven, you can catch it, turn it off. You can always move it to a different burner, hold it up so it chills. Serious, take it outside and let it cool down. Now, how do I make this different? I've never had Hungarian goulash, soy protein based with vegetables. Have you? You have, God bless you. Which one is it? Okay, now. Looks like to me a good thing to cook in too, store some. Alright, appropriate tool here. Turn it towards you. Get the scissors in. Well, it's a bouncy. Be careful you cut yourself. Okay, so that was. Again, Glatt Kosher. Oh, look at this. Oh, very impressive. I'll show you this. So I discovered yesterday by counting that I have 186 videos I have to do, copy to, and describe the products that I was cooking. So I thought I'd get to the library and do 4 a day. Yeah. Instead I got into my email project and it was late in the day because we were hanging out. So this is vegetables and Hungarian goulash. Okay? Making sure not past expiration date. Glatt. Same thing there about, oh, best before July the 10th, 2021. Okay. Now, oh man, there's some good looking meat in there. There's corn. Well, like I say, don't overload what you're cooking in with. Okay? So now I'm going to spread this around. And I will make this probably 7 meals. Last week I made about 15 meals in this pot before I was done. It froze a lot. And then when the Social Security check, I call it the Social Maturity check, when it hits a bank account, I won't be spending any money. If I do it right, I won't be spending any gas. I'm trying to get the rabbit cart. In this county, which is very senior friendly, if you are over 60 and willing to obey the rules and get in line and schedule it, you get free transportation on a minibus. It also has handicap accessible. And they'll take you to the places a senior needs to go. Because here, like the old Bruce Springsteen song said that years ago, we take care of our own. Here, there's a lot of seniors. Downtown Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, I call it Portlandia East. Only instead of the people being 35 or 40, we're 59 to 68 or 80. Bunch of white-haired, balding, goateed senior people on mountain bikes and electric bikes and tootling around this historic town, 1820s it was built. Town of mechanics. Mechanics were the guys who kept the wagons running. So they did the woodwork, okay? They did the steel work for the steel axles. They did the wooden wheels, and the rim around them was the steel. So now, in rambling on, and I'm almost done with this, okay? I'll let it cool down, put water in, blended this stuff into what was a hot pot, okay? And there is some seriously looking red meat in there. I don't know if you can see that. Over there you probably can. Okay? So, you know, after a couple days of chicken, looks like I'm getting some beef. And got this at the New Hope Grocery Outlet. The price was right. Very affordable. If you make stew too much, the way to slow down on what you're doing is take a small amount and you put it on a plate that has 2 or 3 pieces of bread. Okay? Now, reality is, once I get this to an even temperature, okay, I'm cooking it fairly high right now. I want these chunks of meat, the potatoes that I already put in there, same size pasta ranzoni number 32 or 23. What else was the speed limit was 85 or 58, I don't know. I couldn't remember, I wasn't doing either. So, it's a joke on I-78. But officer, I was going 87. I'm dyslexic. No, it's 78. Oh, 65? No, I'm not 65. Those are my jokes. I was telling people the other day, I'm going to do a show called Adult Humor. That's A space D-O-L-T. Just a jigaloo everywhere I go. So now you've seen what I've done. Okay? This is one more example of living socially secure. Use the resources of the community you've paid into, network, have a great time shooting pool, great time singing folk music, and as usual, that's how my meal looks. But you see the chunks of meat there? 17 minutes in. Peace and love.